Pleased to open another season of Sitting Down with Sean with Saints tight end Juwan Johnson. And Juwan, I could go football first, but I'm not going to do that because you and I were just talking. This is my first interview with you since you became a father. Congratulations. A little girl. I have two of my own. What is it like? What has it been like to add the new addition to your life?
Man, it's been truly a blessing, man. I'll tell you that. Just coming home and knowing that I am that little girl's dad, but not only dad, but superhero. And knowing that my wife's there taking care of her, I have two of the best girls when I come back home, man. It's so funny thinking about it. I get smiles just talking about it because it's so great.
I didn't think I would enjoy being a girl dad as much as I have. So just be ready for that because it's coming. I'm telling you. I got a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, two girls. I guess we'll get back to football. It really felt like this was a really good camp. Good preseason. Did you feel that same vibe within the locker room this year?
You know, I haven't had a vibe like this before, man. There's just a feel of an urgent need of just winning. And you just feel the energy in the locker room. You feel the energy in practice. And we just are clicking, man. We're having so much fun, but it looks good while we're doing it. And I'm just excited. I was talking to Sheed today. I was like, man, like, we're going to have a track meet for somebody to beat us because we have so many weapons and we function so well. And so I'm excited to see how this all pans out. So it's going to be exciting in the Dome.
We've watched you transform from a receiver to a tight end to now a guy that's very comfortable in that tight end role, at least it looks like to us. Do you set any personal goals going into a season?
Not really. I know people ask me all the time about personal goals. But to me personally, I think personal goals are kind of like a limitation. And so I feel like for me, and I know how my brain works, if I set a goal, I kind of slow it down a little bit. And so if I don't set goals, I just go have fun and just play free. The one thing I try to do is just do better than I did last year, whatever that entails. And so I just go into the season just a willingness of just doing better that I did yesterday and sort of the past play, and just going from there.
Obviously, it's new this year. You have a new starting quarterback. We've all watched him. You've obviously been working to get on the same page with him. It certainly looks like that's going well. When I look at Derek Carr, he feels like a guy that has a strong presence. So would you agree with that?
I do. I knew it from the very beginning. I was watching videos about him. He was actually preaching at a church, and I'm also a fellow believer as well. And so when I seen that, and he wasn't on my team, and I was like, man, this guy is on fire for the Lord. And I was like, man, I would love to have him as, my QB, because at the time he was just kind of like searching. And I was like, so when he got here, I was like, this has to be like a sign. So it was just so good to know that he was here, and that presence, it permeates through the whole locker room, man, and definitely obviously in our offense. But he brings a certain energy that we all need, and it's very calm, cool, but it's very comforting. And so it's definitely exciting going into the huddle knowing that he brings a sort of energy that is also light too. It's not like it's all serious. It's very light. So that's the best thing about Derek's characteristics.
You go through the off season, the grind of a very, very hot training camp. You get into preseason. What is opening week like, the preparation? Because it's finally here. How do you kind of channel that as a player?
It's a switch. It's definitely a switch. You go through camp. Camp's a grind. 1v1s, and so you're going against our top guys, and that's always a grind. But there's always a switch when you get to week one. And that just goes to the rest of the season. That just bleeds into the rest of the season. But there's a certain focus, a level of focus that we have is just definitely different. And like I said, you can sense it. You can sense it in the locker room. You can sense it on the field. And that today was kind of like the first time I was like, yo, we are just clicking. And like it just felt so good the way we were just moving the ball around, being efficient, and just being comfortable in the offense that Pete has summoned together, and it feels good.
So it's finally here on Sunday today. This airs. What do you guys have to do to come out 1-0 against the Tennessee Titans?
Just doing our job, just being us. I have so much confidence in this team, more confidence than I've ever had before. And I think that's come from us just having fun, us just being comfortable and trusting our abilities, having a quarterback that's just going to let us ball and let us play. Have a line who can hold up, has a defense who's been stellar for years, and they just only gotten better. But I'm excited to see how we all just come together and make it happen as a collective unit, and it actually matter, not just a preseason game, but an actual game, and see how that comes together.
It's gonna be fun to watch. Juwan, thank you, sir.
Absolutely, appreciate you, man.